Shalom, family. I'm Hasadaya Yasharel with Servants of Yah, and I'm here today to read the inspirational word of the day. And as we read the inspirational word of the day, this is something that's very dear and near all of us. And I'm sure all of us have read these scriptures before, but the scripture for the inspirational word of the day is coming out of Ephesians 6:10-18. And we should stand strong and we should stay faithful and we should serve Yah. And we should put on the full armor of Yah Elohim. So let's read, and please follow along with me as we're reading, or read along with me as I'm reading. Verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yah Elohim and in the power of his might. Verse 11. Put on the full armor of Yah that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Verse 13. Wherefore, take unto you the full armor of Yah, that you may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Verse 14. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, or shalom. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Verse 17. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yah. Verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching therein with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. And family, as we know, as times get near and dear and we're in the end times, we know we need to be girded up in the full armor of Yah. We need to never leave our homes, or even sometimes even in our homes, we need to be girded up with the full armor of Yah. We need to make sure that we have on our breastplate of righteousness. We have our sword in our hand, which is the word of Yah. We need to have our feet girded with truth, the helmet of salvation. We need all of these things that are attributes of God, of Yah's word. And as you notice to the left of me, our little note cards for our inspirational word is just one card. But today we have a full two cards. So we have a soldier here that's girded with the helmet of salvation, and it's showing that he's protecting your mind with assurance of deliverance. And that comes out of Ephesians 6:17. And then he's got his breastplate of righteousness, and he's showing that he's guarding his heart as he walks in righteousness before Yah, which is coming out of Ephesians 6:14. He's got his shield of faith. So that's protecting him from the fiery darts, from the evil one and the wickedness in high places. So that's goes back in reference to Ephesians 6:16. Then you see that he also has his shoes of peace. So he's walking and established in peace and shalom in Yah. So he's readiness. He's coming for the gospel of peace. And then you notice he also has his belt his belt of truth, which secures his waist with truth and keeps you standing firm. You know, if you got to have your belt on, otherwise you lose your loins. So he's girded with truth. So we're commissioned to worship Yah in spirit and truth. He's got a sword of his spirit, which is the word of Yah. And that's your most defense and offense, is the weapon of offense and defense, which goes back to Ephesians 6:17. And that brings all things back into essence of being fully girded with the full armor of Yah Elohim. And family, as you go today, throughout your day and throughout all that you do today, we just ask that this inspirational word of the day is edifying to you, that you remember that you need to be fully covered in Yah, that you need to have on your full armor, that you're protected, that you endure, you persevere, because we can't just give up We can't lose hope. We can't lose faith. We have to endure until the end. So these words of encouragement is just to continue to make sure that you continue to endure until the end. And in all things, we ask that you, if you like this content, if that you will be willing to subscribe, share, and also comment. Make some comments in the below of scriptures that you might even read, that you might want Ak Meliki or Brother Meliki and myself to read throughout the week. Things that you might encourage you. Let us know what you might be going through, your prayers, your some things that you are battling in your own life. And we can think of other, go in prayer with YAH and find some scriptures that might be more edifying to you. But we ask all these things and we give YAH all the esteem and glory in everything that we do and that we say, that may YAH be glorified and that the body of Yeshua HaMashiach is edified. And in all that, we say shalom and have a great day.